on that note, I would like to introduce you to the next speaker. Jill is an author, and she has built her company, Your Health Span, which provides alternative wellness and service to seniors. Jill is also an enthusiastic and energetic woman who has written this book, How to Live Your Best Life When Circumstances Change. It's about a woman named Helen who gets advice from fairy godmother Aurora, and she gives her a 30-day plan to get Helen's affairs in order, and it is definitely worth the read. And now here is Jill.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad everyone could be here, and it's nice to be able to do it online, I think, on a night where outside it is very chilly. So when I started writing this book, it was really about how to simplify a very complicated process by doing small tasks one at a time, so that at the end of 30 days or 30 days of work, which might take you 6 months, you would have most of what you need planned out for how to really embrace and get the best out of the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life. What I'm going to talk about today is just that go bag. You might have had one when you were pregnant. Younger people know exactly what I mean if they've just had a baby, because they have a go bag in their closet. But if you were suddenly in the hospital, whether you were there because you were waiting for your husband because he was in, or you're there, or your daughter just called and said, let's go away for the weekend, do you have a great bag that is ready to go, that will have everything you need in it? And if, God forbid, you end up unexpectedly in the hospital, who's going to bring your stuff? And will they know what you need? If your husband, God bless him, has to pack a bag and bring you things, will he know what you need? Maybe. I hope so. But let me tell you, I was in the hospital about a couple years ago, and it took my husband 3 tries to remember to bring me earphones. He never did get me a charger. My daughter had to do it for my iPad. It's just hard to remember everything, and especially when you're already worried about life and whatever's going to happen next, it's hard to remember everything. So what should be in your go bag? Here is a handy little list, and if you'd like to send me an email, I can send you a PDF of this. But basically, what are you going to want in your bag? You're going to want some water and something to drink. You're going to want some granola bars or some kind of little snack, because if you are, God forbid, in the waiting room, you could be there a long time before they get you into a room. And that could be over meals, and you can end up hungry, which could compound whatever it is that gets you there. In addition to that, you should have a warm scarf. You should have a sweater, change of clothes. It would be great if you had a couple changes of underwear and a nightgown that didn't expose everything to the world. Chances are, if you're going to be in the hospital, you're going to be in a shared accommodation, and it may not be a person in the same room with you of the same sex. So having a nice, modest set of pajamas is a great thing. Slippers, warm socks, a meditation or a prayer book, a charger for your iPad or your phone, medication. And in addition to medication, it's important to label what is in your medicine and what when you packed it. Your prescriptions will change over time, and you'll want to make sure that you have, thank you. I'm making the slide thing really hard for Lorrie. You're going to want to make sure that you have for your doctors what you're taking, why you're taking it, and especially if there's things like supplements that you're taking, it's important that that is all written down so your doctor knows what you're taking, and especially if for whatever reason you can't verbalize what that is, it's a good idea to have that written down and labeled for your doctor so they know. In addition to that, you're going to want to have books to read, because Hospitals are boring. A charger, like I said, for your iPhone, iPad, or phone, earphones, a notebook and pens is great. Lots of times you have lots of time to think when you're in that kind of situation, and you might want to be able to scribble a note to your family. You might want to write down thoughts. It's just great to have a notebook. And then if you're not a reader, having knitting or another hobby in your bag, that is a really helpful thing. Whether or not you're religious on a regular basis, if a Bible gives you comfort or your prayer book gives you comfort, put it in your go bag. A couple of photos of the people that are most important in your life, along with, a worry stone if that helps you, a squeeze ball if that helps, but whatever's going to give you comfort and something to do. In addition, let's see what's on the next slide. So I put it all in order. So if you wear a hearing aid, have a spare set of batteries in there. If you wear dentures, have your denture supplies. If you need glasses, whether they're for looking long distance or reading, an extra set of glasses, contact lens supplies, and then your toiletries. And dry shampoo is a really great thing, even if you've never used it before and you can't imagine using it. Get a little thing of dry shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, moisturizer, all of the things that you normally need to take care of yourself in the morning and the evening. Put a small sample size in there so you have it. We can switch to the next slide. And a hairbrush, deodorant. We've covered most of the rest of that. Anything else that you really use on a day-to-day basis. Next slide. And this, Lorrie talked a little bit about this as far as what should be organized in your house. Having a copy of your documents in your go bag is also super helpful. It should include a copy of your power of attorney. If you are not verbal for whatever reason in the hospital, having a copy of that can make the person who's going to be empowered that much quicker to be able to make the best decisions for you. Your medical release forms, a copy of phone numbers for friends and family. I know that if it was up to my husband and my daughter, they wouldn't necessarily know the best people to call for me, the people I talk to every day, because they're not necessarily in that same part of my world. They might hear the names, but they wouldn't have the contact information. Having your organ donor card and your healthcare Medicare card and any insurance that's relevant when you're in the hospital, all of those you should have copies of in your go bag. And that is what really makes a super simple thing. When we talk about the bag though, just one real quick tip. When you're packing that bag, pack it with a bag with a long strap. If you've fallen and a friend or a family member is helping you get up and taking you to the hospital, they want to be able to put something over their shoulders so their hands can be free so they can help you. So just as you think about the bag, just think about how to make it the easiest thing for anybody to be able to help you, and then make sure people know where it is. Mine is packed right inside my closet door. My husband knows where it is. My daughter knows where it is. Make sure people know where it is so they can grab it for you. I'm so glad you could come and be part of this presentation.